Good evening, welcome to Wayne Gretzky Sports Centre in Brantford, Ontario. I'm John Molson. Tonight, the 3-13 ninth place Brantford 99ers host the 5-8-2 8th place Stratford Cullitons. This is the first broadcast GOJHL Game of 10. Our broadcast is brought to you by ARC Pro HD in association with Rogers Television. Both teams come into tonight's game struggling, although Brantford split their two games last weekend. Prior to that, they had lost 10 straight. The Stratford Cullitons split a home-and-home with the Guelph Hurricanes last weekend. However, the Cullitons have lost 4 of their last 5 games. Starting goaltenders for the Stratford Cullitons. In goal, number 1, Michael Pessendorfer. He's won 4 games against 1 defeat. He's lost 1 game in a shootout. 21 goals against on the year for a 3.18 goals against average and a .09 or a .905 save percentage rather. Starting goaltender for the Brantford 99ers, number 33, Marcus Del Conte, as the 99ers win the opening draw, but the Cullitons manage to shove the puck to the right side of their defense. Heyman moving over the left side, banks it in off Alvestad. The rebound side of the net, Stratford digging away side of the goal now on the initial shot by Riker Killens as the shot hits the glass and moves down into the Stratford zone on the right side. Brantford regaining possession of the puck. Versamy in there battling. Centering pass now. Stratford a break. In behind the defense was Nathan Templeman. And his shot away, saved by the right pad of Marcus Del Conte. 50 seconds into the first period, as Scotty Penwarden pins his man up against the boards in the neutral zone. Play now back in the Brantford zone on the far side. Wetlauer in behind the goal line, goes all the way around the near side, drops a centering pass back to Allen at the left. Over to the right, the shot, the rebound. Del Conte with 2 nice saves off the shot by Jeff McCardle and the rebound. Looking for the rebound was Mitch Vandergunst, now on the far side beside the right circle. In behind the net, Trevor Souter, the Cullitons' leading scorer, looking for the puck. Hands it back to Wetlauer in behind the Brantford goal. Wetlauer checked off the puck by Nathan Ferris. Penwarden throws it down the board to Ferris, who throws it back around for Van Looyen, the Brantford defender, banked back in through the neutral zone by Jeff McCardle. McCardle keeping it onside at the right and shoving the disc in behind the Brantford net. Baker near corner, shoots it around the end line, centering pass, and they score! Trevor McDonald wide open in the slot with 17:42 left to go in the first, and the Stratford Cullitons draw first blood on the evening. A face-off from the left, so apparently this game is going to stay scoreless. 17:42 remaining in the first period of play. Did not see the reason for the wave-off on the Nathan Templeman goal. as I was writing down in my notes. Tonight's game brought to you by ARC Pro HD in association with Rogers Television. Face-off left circle, Brantford zone. To the right of goaltender Marcus Del Conte as JJ Harland wins the draw. Story back behind his own net, stolen by the Stratford right winger, and a whistle on the play. Both of these teams struggling handily as of late. The Cullitons splitting a home and home, winning 3-2 last weekend against the Guelph Hurricanes at Allman Arena before dropping a 5-2 decision. Van Looyen rainbows the puck up the boards. The high arcing pass goes out of play on the near side by the Brantford bench. Brantford winning their last home game over the Waterloo Siskins on the Nathan Bastian overtime game winner with 12 seconds to go in the game as it's shot back in by Jeff McCardle down the far side. Van Looyen banks it up the boards to the half wall. Hartholt can't clear the line at the right side. Brett Heyman shoving the disc back into the far corner for the Cullitons. Mitch Camacho at the near side end line, up for Hartholt, loses possession over to Killens. Killens, the backhand pass taken away by the Brantford right winger. Falling down on the play, Pereira looking to center himself for a pass. Camacho just getting up now out of the play as the Stratford winger centers a pass from the far board down below the end line. That was Trevor Sauter. Sauter was 17 points in 15 games for the Cullitons as he takes the draw from the right circle, winning it to the right over to the left. A shot by Allen kicks out the far side off the end board in behind Del Conte. Banked off the glass, Trevor Sauter can't clear the zone. He's finally able to take it away from Keegan Alvestad. The lead pass and a big blocker save by Marcus Del Conte off the centering pass. Trevor Sauter with the lead pass, looking for Wetlauer. Wetlauer getting beyond the defense, and Del Conte with the big pad save. Wetlauer in again, his shot hitting the end board far side and cleared back in through the neutral zone by Jeff McCardle. McCardle losing it at the red line, regaining possession, banking it off the far side board, looks ahead for Baker, but it's thrown out of the zone by the 99ers, who go off on a line change. Josh Miller in behind his own net, takes it out down the left wing, hits Patrick McKelvey. McDonald crossing the line with him. His shot bouncing off the board on the far side. In behind the net, Del Conte sprawling, a Stratford player in behind the Brantford net as Miller taking a shot from the left side. It goes off the Brantford net and back into the near corner as Del Conte covers up at the bottom of the blue paint beside the near post with 14:51 to go, first period of play. The Brantford 99ers looking for their third home win on the year. 3-13 record coming into tonight's game, bringing up the basement in the GOJHL Midwestern Conference. The Cullitons just ahead of them in the standings with a 5-8-2 record. Stratford unable to hold the zone. Pleon shooting it back through the neutral zone. Van Looyen intercepting for Brantford and shooting it back in off the far side. Baker shoots it across by the top of the Brantford blue line for Pleon. Brantford taking the puck away and going back deep into the Stratford zone on the attack. Down the right wing by John Ney. His shot hitting the end boards, coming out the far side, and shot back in by Ferris from the far side of the blue line. Flipped in by the Cullitons. Del Conte leaving it for Ferris. Kicks it up the board for Ney, who's pinned inside his own blue line at the left side by the defender. Josh Miller trying to move into the Brantford zone. A delayed penalty coming up on the 99ers as Riker Killens back inside his own blue line. The pass up through the neutral zone. Stratford taking their time as they go back and regroup. The pass down the far sidewall to Brett Heyman, finally touched by Nathan Ferris, as the Stratford Cullitons will go to their first power play. The penalty being served by Mitch Camacho as Brantford's Palillo wins the draw. Right side of the blue line, waiting down the far wall. Waits taken off the half wall, back to the point man right side, who goes across to Killens. His pass intercepted. Nathan Bastian's shot around Jordan Curry hits the netting in behind Pessendorfer. With 13 minutes to go, first period of play, Stratford at 20 for 92 on the power play on the year. Pleon going back in behind his own net for a 21.74 power play percentage on the year. Gross drops it over to the right side beside the right circle. The inbound pass from Pleon, looking for Wetlauer in front of the net between the two circles, and the whistle blows with 12:41 to go in the first. 1:16 to go on the penalty to Camacho. Stratford winning the draw. Templeman's shot from the left hit something in front and went all the way down the ice. Pessendorfer leaving the puck for Pleon. Pleon, the short pass out. Back to the half wall. Wetlauer turning around, avoiding the defender. Wetlauer now in behind the Brantford net. Templeman down the sideboard. Souter regains possession at the half wall. Turning around is Drew Gross, gives it back to the defender. Gross gets it back. Wetlauer's side of the net hits Souter in the skate, and it's intercepted by the 99ers, David Story, and throwing back down the ice with 24 seconds remaining in the penalty to the 99ers. Short feed to neutral ice, dumped all the way around the far side wall, coming out the near side. The weak shot handled by Del Conte and throwing all the way down the ice into the crease of Pessendorfer. Short pass by Allen, picked off by Ferris in the neutral zone. Dumped back in by Versamy. Fitzpatrick dumping it in for Brantford. Play going right back through the neutral zone as Stratford to the attack now on the right side. The shot handled in the glove by Del Conte for a face-off in the right circle. 9 minutes into the first period of play, still no score between the 8th place Cullitons, and the 9th place Brantford 99ers. The only goal so far, the non-goal by Nathan Templeman waved off at the time. They had a face-off at the left circle, so no goal on the wide open shot from Templeman that went into the gaping net on the near side. But still no score between the Cullitons and 99ers. Cleon banking it off the wall, back into neutral ice. Brantford intercepting Palillo's shot down the short side, kicked aside by the pad of Michael Pessendorfer and out of play into the netting. Face-off left circle. Harlan getting just enough of it to clip it over to the corner. Cummings dives down into the corner far side. Brantford losing possession as the Cullitons take it the other direction, and it's flipped back in behind the net. Story tries to cut it off. Back up the wall goes Harlan. Killens takes it away. Back to the right side of the blue line. Flipped up to Sauter. Picked up by Wetlauer, moving around John Ney, and his snapshot from the right dot goes wide and out the near side all the way back into Stratford territory. The shot dumped in by the Cullitons, who go off on a line change. Ney cutting it off at the near side. Heyman losing possession through the neutral zone. Killens to pick it up for the Cullitons, who flip it in. Alvestad flipping it around the boards. Harlan picking it up inside the blue line. Cut off by Jeff McCardle. McCardle lost possession momentarily, but it's flipped back in by Gross. McCardle trying to keep it onside with his body at the right side. He's unable to do so. So Carter Allen picks it up in behind his own net for the Cullitons. Moving around the defender, and a shot high up over the net on the far side off the glass by Templeman. Inside of 9 minutes to go, first period of play. Camacho, possible 2-on-1. Zemenko calls for the puck. Tapped his stick above the left side of the circle, but it was 4 inches off his stick. Zemenko with the lone Brantford goal in the loss to Kitchener on Sunday. Zemenko picked up by the 99ers after spending most of last season with the Caledonia Corvayers, although he did play a few games with the Brampton Bombers. Face-off beside the Stratford blue line. Stratford winning the draw over to the left winger Baker, who drops it back to the defense. Miller across center looks for a shot. It hits the skate of Keegan Alvestad, and the rebound off the pass comes out to the Stratford right winger, and his shot handled in the glove by Del Conte. That shot taken by Patrick McKelvey, now in to take the draw from the left circle. McKelvey winning the draw back to Jake Pleon, fakes the shot and sends it all the way around the horseshoe out the far side. The shot in between the pads of Del Conte keeps it out. The rebound by McKelvey kicked away into the corner by Del Conte. Brantford moving through the neutral zone now. Bastian hard to the end line, in behind the Stratford net, out the near side. McDonald goes the other way for the Cullitons, moving around Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick doing a nice job of intercepting the pass down the left wing to Palillo. Shoots it into Adkins. Cutting it off is a Stratford defender. Wetlauer trying to clear the zone, but it's cut off by Mitch Atkins, at the right side, or that was Anthony Van Looyen, excuse me, at the right side of the Stratford blue line. Brantford shooting it right back in. Cole Cummings tying his man up against the board in behind the Stratford net. Van Looyen with the wrist shot, trickles wide, hit Josh Miller in front and went wide on the near side. Wetlauer through the neutral zone off the short pass by Mitch Vandergunst. Vandergunst now moving over the left side of the Brantford blue line. Wetlauer turning around the return feed, looking for Souter in front of the net was Jeff McCardle. Killens also trying a turnaround shot before it's picked off by J.J. Harlan and thrown deep into Stratford territory on the far side. Semenko losing the puck to Riker Killens. Skating through the neutral zone is Jordan Curry. He throws it in. Sticked aside by Del Conte, left it for the defender Alvestad. Semenko banks a pass off the center ice red line, intercepted by the Cullitons. Van Looyen taking it right back and dumping it in behind the Stratford net. Lead pass for Templeman off the glass, cut off by Story. The Cullitons taking it at the board far side in the neutral zone, losing possession to Brandon Versamy of the 99ers. Dump back in, here comes Josh Miller through center and sticked back in by Gross, who now has the puck down below the right circle, throws it all the way around the board, out the near side. Van Looyen cuts it off but falls down on the play. Heyman works his way out front and a nice wrister, a big save off the right shoulder of Del Conte, and Del Conte alert once again, the quick shot right off the other side by Jeff McCardle, and Del Conte going side to side to make the stop beside the far post. Face off right circle, won by the Cullitons. The shot by Carter Allen goes wide of the net and deflects out of play into the netting on the near side. Stratford coming into tonight with 43 goals for as they attack in the Brantford zone, although no score for either team yet this evening. Under 5 to go in the first period of play. Tonight's game brought to you courtesy of Rogers Television. McCardle cutting the pass off through neutral ice, throws it down the far wall, taken away by David Story and kicked up the near wall as Brantford goes on a line change. The backhander by Camacho ends up back on the stick of Keegan Alvestad at the right side of the blue line, and his wrister stopped in the midsection by Pessendorfer. Souter to take the draw opposite Camacho. Camacho slapping it to the side wall, near side, right off the draw. Pereira pinned up against the wall, but his turnaround shot intercepted in the slot by Josh Miller, who goes the other way, and he flips a weak shot in on the far side, covered up by the glove of Marcus Del Conte. Brantford last in the Midwestern Conference in goals for. Both teams looking to improve in the goals for department tonight as Pleon banks it all the way around the wall, picked up far side by the Cullitons, centering pass by Wetlauer, gets it back by the right side of the circle, spins it around the board out the near side. Wetlauer with it once again turns around, avoids the check of J.J. Harland. Alvestad pinning his man up against the boards, comes back to the point, and the hard shot by Josh Miller goes into the left pad of Del Conte before the net's knocked off its moorings at the far side with 2:46 to go, first period of play. Versamy to take the draw from the right circle opposite Brett Heyman. Versamy wins the draw back to the defense. The 99ers able to clear the puck out to the neutral zone through the right side of their blue line. Semenko losing the puck. The turnaround by the Cullitons and the shot by Drew Gross hitting a Brantford defender. I believe that was Keegan Alvestad. Killens around the net in his own zone. Streaks out the far side through center, taking it all by himself. Killens, the quick shot on the far side. Killens with some speed, taking it all the way down the ice. But by the time he got to that far side, there was little room left for him to get a decent shot away. Del Conte getting a little bit of the puck to keep it out. Del Conte sharp tonight, despite a .454 goals against average coming into tonight's game. That goals against on the year for Del Conte. McKelvey in behind his own net. The ex-Sugar King banks it off the wall through neutral ice, picked up by Atkins. The spin around pass taken away by McKelvey, dropping it for the defender. The lead pass for Tyson Baker, and his shot goes wide off the end line out the far side. Wetlauer trying to find possession of the puck, and the shot by Baker along the ice from above the left circle stopped as Del Conte goes to his knees to make the save with 1:20 to go left in the first period. Sauter to take the draw, wins the draw, tries to feed it to Alvestad, tries to feed the winger rather, taken away by Alvestad. Pessendorfer has to come out to play the puck on the giveaway. John Nay's side of the net had an excellent chance momentarily. Cole Cummings also with a rebound chance from the left side. Play now back deep in the Brantford zone, back to the top of the point. The shot by Miller broken up by Nay, who nearly went in on a breakaway. The Cullitons managed to keep it in, and wide open in the slot was Petrie for the Cullitons. The play going down the ice for icing with 28.1 to play. Face-off in the Stratford zone. Sauter to take the draw opposite Guy Polillo from the left circle. Polillo slapping it away down to the far side off the end line. Cut off by J.J. Harlan. Van Leeuwen trying to keep it in at the right side of the point. 5 players, 3 for the Cullitons, 2 for Brantford, digging for possession of the puck at the right side of the blue line. Atkins throws it in off the end wall, puck ending up out the near side. Bastian giving chase. Atkins with it once again, hits Wetlauer. Van Leeuwen tries to intercept for a last-second shot, but the buzzer goes. No scoring in the first period of play. Nathan Templeman had a goal for the Cullitons, but it was disallowed So at the end of the first period of play, it's the Stratford Cullitons no score and also the Brantford 99ers with no score. We're here with number 18 for the Stratford Cullitons, Trevor Sauter. Trevor, you have 6 goals, 11 assists for 17 points on the season. Can you describe some of the reasons why you've been able to be successful from a personal standpoint this season?
I think it's mostly to do with my line mates. They're great. They've been getting me the puck, and they're burying chances all the time. They're great hard workers, so they're a good group of guys. They're good guys too, and they work hard, and they're able to put the puck in the net, and I get kind of a few assists here and there. So.
Now, coming into tonight's game, you've lost 4 of the last 5 games. What are some of the keys to being victorious this evening versus the Brantford 99ers?
I think it's hard work. Like, we've been working hard, it's not getting bounces, but I think we got that extra push that we're able to get into that gear that hopefully tonight we're able to get to it and hopefully get the win.
One last question, Trevor. You have the majority of your squad returning from last year's Sutherland Cup finalist team. However, you've struggled a bit this year with a 5-8-2 record. What are some of the things the Cullitons need to work on as the season progresses to match the success of last season?
I think we need to get healthy. One of the things, we got a lot of guys injured right now, and I guess just right now I kind of into a slump. I think we just need to get our bounces coming back with us and just keep working hard most of all. So.
Thanks for your time, Trevor.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Flipping the puck in over the right side of the field. And the shot kicked aside by Del Conte. With a backhand chance, but his shot going wide of the net, far side, cut off by Jeff McCardle, and his shot flips up into the air, covered up by the glove of Marcus Del Conte. Face off right circle, Brantford zone, Guy Palillo to take the draw. Palillo with 2 points in 16 games. Stratford winning the draw though, and McCardle's shot going off the midsection of Sauter, turning around, avoiding the check of Nathan Ferris in behind the net. side of the point to McCardle, gives it back to Wetlauer inside the net, near side. Van Loyen picking it up for Brantford, bank down the half wall to Cullitons, cut off by Wetlauer. Covered up as Del Conte sprawls on all fours at the top of his crease. A tussle in behind the Brantford net with 7:50 to go, second period of play. Face off right circle. The draw, forcing it off in the corner. Going back into the Brantford zone. Harris to recover. Down the half wall, drops it behind him. Intercepted by the Cullitons over the left side. His wrist shot hits the Brantford. Back to the right, the rising shot by hits something in front and perhaps deflected off the outside of the far goalpost. From the half wall, Stratford crosses ice back to Curry. Templeman, the shot covered up by Del Conte. The shot by Templeman underneath the right circle. Templeman with the disallowed goal in the first. The wide open shot inside the gaping net in the near corner. Shot from the left side hitting the end board. Taken away by the Brantford defender, Penwarden, losing possession momentarily before he turns around. Taken away by Sauter. Vandergunst in the slot. Drops it in the quick slot by Sauter. Off the right pass, back to the right side. McCardle down the line, deep by the end line to Wetlauer. McCardle retrieves it once again to the half wall. The backhand pass in behind the net. Wetlauer losing possession to Camacho. The flip up. Wetlauer takes it. Penwarden trying to force play outside of his own blue line. Wetlauer picking it off once again. All the way down the ice from one side to the other and all the way out the near board in the Stratford zone. Facing on the play. Second goal score between the 8th place Stratford Cullitons and the 9th place Brantford 99ers. Brantford, the shot hit the side. These guys, the other side, inside. Del Conte with no chance. Another 2 inches to the other side. And the Calvi Woodard crossing center, the drop back to the Calvi, the rising shot once again. Del Conte ducking on the play, the shot on the far side, the blue line on the rebound, and the wrist shot by Miller around. Scotty Penwarden gloved down by Marcus Marcus Del Conte. Del Conte with a beautiful glove save at the near post to keep this game scoreless. GOJHL for all your up-to-date stats and information. Then picking it up behind the net. Raymond turning around far wall. Now back to the right side of the court. The shot by Paxton. Nice deflection by Gross, but it goes on the other side. Paxton clearing his own blue line on the far side over the Stratford blue line toward the half wall. Back to Fitzpatrick on the left side. Slums it all the way around the near side board, looking for fairness. Two players aside tie the puck up on the far wall. Colillo tries to get it back. Heyman putting his man up against the board. That was Atkins. Leaving the zone now are the Cullitons as Riker Killens goes offside at the right side of the Brantford. Face off the side of Brantford blue line. Jose Holler to take the draw opposite Trevor Sauter. Sauter is not dropping it for the defenseman. He brings it around the board. Places the puck down the left wing, the shot trickling wide out the near wall. Brantford trying to leave the zone. It's cut off by Jeff McCardle. Off the blue line before a whistle goes. Stratford takes the first penalty on this side. check. Judging by the referee's hand signal, coming up to the 99ers. Mitch Atkins to the box. Stratford winning the draw, forcing it off to throws out the near The shot hits something in front, deflected off to the near side. Behind the Brantford net. GOJHL. Stratford shot, and as a result, Brantford upset on the play. A Stratford player drilled into the boards off the other side. On the far side of our vantage point, the trainer, as a result, to see if the down Stratford player is okay with 8:20 to go, second period of play. Don't quite have a vantage point on that down Stratford player as of yet. Maverick waiting over by the penalty box and now entering for the Stratford Cullitons. So Ferris down on the block shot for the 99ers. A player for the Cullitons down on a hard hit off the opposite side down past the end. Eric Petrie. A long delay here. Trevor McDonald, the injured player for the Cullitons, getting up gingerly as fans give him a hand, appreciative that he's able to get up. Although he has a player on either side of him. Trevor McDonald walking off by himself now, but had to be aided back off to the Stratford dressing room. Face off Stratford zone left circle. Bastian winning the draw. Alvestad left side over to the right. Zemenko goes down the half wall. The turnaround pass or shot by Palillo, partially blocked, ends up back on the stick of Zemenko down the side wall. Palillo turning around off the far end board. Intercepted by the Cullitons, racing down past the own side of his own blue line is Trevor Sauter. Off the right side of the blue line, rather, as Sauter dives in deep behind the Brantford net to try and gain a scoring chance on the Stratford disadvantage. Zemenko at center over to Alvestad. Alvestad sets it up with the short pass to Nathan Bastian. Bastian can't handle the pass. Bastian back with the disc once again in behind his own net. Short pass to Zemenko, out to Alvestad, trying to cross the blue line. Finally gets over the center ice red line, dropping it for Palillo. The give and go back to Alvestad, back to Palillo, back to Versamy in the corner. The pass by Bastian, cross ice to the far wall. Alvestad looking for it. Palillo picks it up to the backhand, and they score! Mitch Adkins to the backhand. Couldn't quite see who got the pass off from the far wall, but Mitch Adkins, finding himself wide open beyond the defense, tucks it in out the near corner, and Pessendorfer down for the Cullitons. He's not moving, so there could be a problem here. Finally, a little movement out of his right arm on the blocker side. Mitch Adkins doubling up the Brantford lead with 6:52 to go, second period of play. So Brantford getting a power play goal, improving upon that paltry 7.44% power play percentage on the year. Mitch Adkins to the backhand below the right circle, but unfortunately that results in a long delay as goaltender Michael Pessendorfer down for the Stratford Cullitons as the trainer looks on. The trainer looking for signs of movement as her right arm is in the middle of the back of Pessendorfer. Mitch Adkins at 13:08 of the second extends the Brantford lead to 2-0. JJ Harland with the first Brantford goal at 7:22 of the second. The 99ers looking to move to 4 wins on the year, their third, what would be their third home victory of the season, as Pessendorfer has to be helped off the ice. Nick Caldwell now looks to be going in for the Cullitons. Caldwell seeing the bulk of the action for the Cullitons last year. Stratford, a team that went to the Cherry Cup final last year. The bulk of last year's squad back this year, by my count, 15 or 16 players as the Cullitons win the draw, wrap it around the boards, near side, picked up by Sauter on the half wall. The 99ers able to clear on the long lead dropout by JJ Harland. Stratford intercepting and going right back the other way. Drop past the shot by Miller, handled off the right arm of Del Conte, and manages to deflect it into his midsection to cover up. So a nice job by Del Conte of not allowing a rebound. Managed to make the deflection slightly from his right arm into the midsection as Brett Heyman takes the draw opposite Palillo. Palillo wins the draw, drops it for the defender. Ferris wraps it around the wall, but it's sticked right back in off the left side by Allen. McCardle moving up the left side, picked off by Palillo, flips it to the neutral zone. Adkins looking for it, Palillo as well. Allen looking to intercept, and he drops back to the defenseman on the left side. Fitzpatrick, the turnaround. Gross takes it away. McCardle down the wall, wraps it around in behind the net to Gross. Gross waiting in behind the net, moves out the far side, and he's given a right elbow by Nathan Bastian. No call on the play. Lead feed, passable 2-on-1. Bastian breaking in, and a shot in between the pads. A shot by Caldwell. Caldwell having to be sharp as Story banks it in off the near wall in behind the net. Caldwell having to be sharp immediately for the Cullitons as the left winger able to clear the zone momentarily for Stratford before Alvestad dumps it back in for the 99ers. Zemenko through neutral ice. The 99ers regain possession, drop the Story over to Alvestad, and intercepting the long pass as Brett Heyman moves in on the short side, goes around the net, taken away by Story. The pass down the left wing to Versamy. Versamy moves in, his shot off a defender into the far wall. Stratford right back the other way, in behind the defense is Patrick McKelvey. The shot from the left by Maverick Petrie and covered up at the side of the net. Covering the puck is Marcus Del Conte at the top of the blue paint, near side post. Face off from the right circle, Brantford zone, off to the left of Del Conte. McKelvey to face off opposite Camacho. The Cullitons winning the draw. The shot by Baker hitting the end board from the shot off the far side. Van Looyen tries to clear the zone. He's able to momentarily before Jordan Curry dumps it right back in for the Cullitons. Van Looyen in behind his own net, moving out the near side. Can't avoid the forecheck of Brett Heyman, so he goes back around the boards for Ferris. Camacho through neutral ice, sticked aside by Mitch Camacho, now moving around the defender, Killens, taken away by Curry. Killens with it, moving above his own circle, left side of his own zone, dumped back in by Ferris. 3:34 to go, second period of play, pass up to Wetlauer, falling down on the play. Heyman turns around, tries to give it back to Baker. The shot wide off the far side. Ferris cuts his man off at the board in behind the Brantford net. Camacho and Ferris tie up two Stratford forwards. Sauter coming away with it on the near side, and he tries to bank a pass, or a shot rather, off the back of the pad of Del Conte. Del Conte unhappy with it, gives him a little shot on the way by. 3:03 to go, second period of play. Tonight's game brought to you by Rogers Television, our first of 10 broadcasts. The 9th place 99ers with a 2-0 lead on the 8th place Cullitons on the strength of goals by Mitch Adkins at 13:08 of the second, and J.J. Harlan getting the first Brantford goal at 7:22 of the second period. Miller opposite side, the shot off the left shoulder of Del Conte. Big rebound coming out, but it goes to the stick of Keegan Alvestad, who moves the puck down deep to the half wall inside the Stratford zone. Wetlauer tries to clear the left side of his own line. Harlan taking it away, moving it down deep in beyond Mitch Vandergunst defending for the Cullitons. The flip pass by Sauter over to the half wall. Wetlauer falling down on the play. J.J. Harlan able to get into the Stratford zone as a result. Had a player down, I believe Adkins, down on the left wing. He couldn't handle it. Went to the bench on a line change. Brantford now back with possession deep inside their own zone with under 2 to go. Wetlauer from the neutral zone banks a pass down the far side, and the shot by Petrie comes out the half wall down the near side. McCardle moving up. Gross the turnaround pass, looking for Petrie. Brantford able to take it the other way. Adkins throws it around the boards out the near wall. Stratford able to intercept, take it away top of the blue line, and Petrie leaves his own zone. The flip-in shot from the left side, the shot hitting the glass in beyond the Brantford net, coming out the near side. Fitzpatrick out the far wall, throwing it all the way down the ice, but it hits Adkins and back into the Stratford zone. Brantford comes right back the other way. The shot by Adkins hit Riker Killens. Battling at the half wall are Killens and Petrie now looking for the puck. The Cullitons get it back, and the high arcing pass through the neutral zone picked off by Kevin Fitzpatrick. Gross top of the line, falls down, tries a lead feed for Templeman. Templeman's side of the net, gets a shot away. Del Conte with the pad down, and at the last second, the shot in between the two circles. Del Conte with a last ditch effort gets the right pad on the shot, by Drew Gross. Just 12 seconds to go in the second. Mitch Adkins on the assist from Guy Palillo and Keegan Alvestad at 13:08. The Brantford power play goal, just their 10th power play goal on the season. The shot left side ends up in behind the Brantford net. Centering pass by the Cullitons Templeman. Back to the left side, the shot by Killens ends up in the corner far side as the buzzer goes. So Adkins with the second Brantford goal, JJ Harland getting the first Brantford tally at 7:22 of the second. No scoring in the first, and at the end of the second intermission, it's the 9th place Brantford 99ers on top of the 8th place Stratford Cullitons by a score of 2-0. We're here with Marcus Del Conte, starting netminder for the Brantford 99ers. Marcus, you have a 2-7 record on the year with a 4.54 goals against average. What parts of your game do you need to go right tonight to come up with a victory against the Stratford Cullitons?
Yeah, it's obviously been a tough start to the season, but the Cullitons come out with grit. They come out hitting their aggressive team, so it's, I don't know, weathering the storm. The first 10 minutes, I got to be focused with my game, know what I got to do, and just be prepared.
Now, you mentioned that tough start earlier on in the question. You had the 10-game losing streak after starting out 2-2. Then you defeated Waterloo 4-3 in overtime on the Nathan Bastian goal with 12 seconds to go in the overtime before dropping a 4-1 decision to Kitchener on Sunday. What does the team need to work on as the season progresses to move up in the standings?
Since the beginning of the season, we have made changes to our lineups. Practice has to be point on. Confidence obviously has to be built with our games. The Waterloo win is really big for us. We lost the lead, came back, tied it up, squeaked out a win, so that gave us a lot of confidence. It was a loss in Kitchener, but it was a good game played by us. A couple bounces that didn't go our way, but we just got to come out again, know what we got to do, hit, obviously, get shots to the net, and good things will happen.
You face a Stratford team that went to the Cherry Cup finals last year against the Cambridge Winterhawks. What are some of the keys for tonight's game to being successful tonight?
Again, they come out hitting their aggressive team, so we gotta match that pace, hit for hit, and that's about it, actually. Yeah.
Marcus, thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you.
Brantford up 2-0. Both Brantford goals coming in the second period of play. Mitch Adkins at 13:08 and JJ Harlan with the first Brantford goal at 7:22. On the out-of-town scoreboard, it's the Thorold Blackhawks leading the Niagara Falls Canucks in the third with 9 minutes to go. Templeman banking it into the Brantford zone, picked off by Alvestad. Alvestad gets it back, and a problem with the clock stops play. a 2-minute penalty for Dylan Wetlauer. So either a problem with the penalty clock or a problem on the game clock. The game clock now showing 11 seconds off the third period, as we have a face-off beside the Brantford blue line. Sauter winning the draw, chopping it back into his own zone deep on the far side. Templeman going back in neutral ice with a head of steam now. The shot and a shoulder save off the right side of Del Conte. Templeman charges in for the rebound in behind the net. Templeman now on the far side for the Cullitons. Bastian losing possession of the puck. Templeman having a heck of a shift. He's in there once again out on the far side before he gets tired and finally goes off on a line change. Semenko over the left side. Palillo playing the puck down the near wall now, out the far corner. Semenko flips it off the Stratford forward. Baker able to draw the puck through the neutral zone, and a quick shot handled and thrown into the corner by Del Conte. Bastian over the left side, moves around. Allen can't get around the other defender, and the puck trickles into the corner near side wall. Brantford with a scoring chance above the right circle. Brandon Versamy with a quick shot through the midsection of Nick Caldwell as a draw from the left circle Stratford zone. Harland losing the draw. Sauter moving the puck out through center, racing down inside the Brantford line, stopping at the top of the Brantford line. Allen now inside the blue line, moves around through the neutral zone out the far corner, and the puck sticked away. The rebound comes out to Brett Heyman, and his shot above the right circle. A Brantford defender trying to wrestle the puck away from him. Heyman trying for a second chance. Miller inside his own zone, avoiding the forecheck of Cole Cummings. Van Looyen tries for the puck, has to go in beyond his own net to recover it, and Brantford now moving out the other way. Ney shooting it in before going off on a change. Jake Pleon picking it up. Through the neutral zone, losing possession of the puck. Deflecting the puck off into the corner is the goaltender, Nick Caldwell. Van Looyen stops it at the line. The shot deflects off McKelvey, comes out to Penwarden. His shot rings around the board out to the far side of the blue line. Kept on side by Brantford at the right side. Van Looyen dumps it back in deep. Petrie grabbing the disc for the Cullitons and moving out the far side. The backhand pass through the neutral zone. Josh Miller picking it up, moving up over the Brantford line, and the quick wrister by McKelvey handled in the midsection by Del Conte. Pereira runs over his man. Perhaps an elbow on the play, a penalty coming up here. Pereira giving Jake Pleon a shot. It looked like an elbow signal from the referee as Pereira goes to the box, but the referee far away from our vantage point off to the far side beside the end line with 16:25 to go, second period of play. Pereira off to the box for 4 minutes. Face off right circle, won by Trevor Sauter, banks it to the right wing, excuse me. Curry back to pick it up for the Cullitons, leaves it for the other defender. Killens below the right circle, the wraparound tried to go from the far side around to the near post. Losing possession of the puck, Jordan Curry back to pick it up behind his own net for the Cullitons. Templeman over right side of the line, stops, tries a lead feed into the backhand. Can't see who the fallen player was for Stratford. It was Brett Heyman. Heyman tried to get a backhand shot away, fell down on the play, ended up in the boards near side as the shot off the far wall trickles in to the near side Brantford corner. Killens over center, crossing the left side of the line. The shot kicked away by Del Conte. The rebound comes out, but it's cleared nicely by Van Looyen. Caldwell leaving the puck for Pleon. Pleon waiting in behind his own net. Leamington with a 4-1 lead over the Strathroy Rockets in the third period with 17:57 to go. Leamington handing the LaSalle Vipers their first loss on the season last evening by a score of 3-2. Chatham and Sarnia all tied up at 4 with 16:10 to go in the third. Just a reminder, these scores will change as Baker moves around the defender. His shot wide and off to the near corner. 2:27 to go in the penalty to Ryan Pereira. Those scores will change on the Rogers rebroadcast, so please remember to check www.GOJHL.ca for all your latest scores and statistics from the world of Junior B hockey. As Miller picks up the puck behind his own net, the flip pass to Pleon over center, and the rising shot over the left side of the blue line hits the glass and moves out the far side inside the Brantford zone. Miller, the shot, hits something in front, believed to be Drew Gross. End line centered to Miller out at the point. The shot off the shoulder of Del Conte. The Stratford goalie plays the puck up deep over the left side of the line. The backhand pass by Wetlauer. Looking for Killens out the other side beside the right circle. 1:10 to go on the penalty to Ryan Pereira. Templeman, the lead feed through center, looking for Dylan Wetlauer, picked off by the Brantford defender. Or picked off by Cole Cummings, rather, defending on the play. Caldwell leaving it for Riker Killens. Killens skating out with 40 seconds to go in the penalty to Ryan Pereira. The lead pass from Killens through the slot. Nobody there for the Cullitons, so the play goes for icing and a face-off back deep in the Stratford zone. Killens out the near side at the half wall. Curry over the blue line, now passing center. Killens over to Curry. Curry waiting, the shot hitting the stick of David Story, and Palillo finally able to clear for Brantford. That'll do it on the Stratford power play. Curry picks it up, feeds it ahead, the lead pass for the man coming out of the penalty box. Or that was Brantford's penalty, excuse me. Wettlaufer picking it up for the Cullitons. The pass down the right wing. The errant feed, and Brantford goes the other way as Brandon Versamy goes crashing into the net. Face off beside the Stratford line. Won by the Cullitons. The pass to the right. McCardle dumping it in all the way out the near board. Cut off at the half wall. 2 players aside looking for possession of the puck. Allen centers in between the 2 circles for Petrie, but Brantford's Penwarden able to take it back down the near side the other way. Story turning around in the neutral zone. 11:27 to play, third period of play. Marcus Del Conte looking to pick up the shutout as Zemenko's side of the net tries to tuck it in near side, but it's gloved down by Nick Caldwell. Face off, right circle, Stratford zone. Stratford winning the draw, Pleon banking it around the boards. Petrie moving it down the far wall, stopping at the half wall. Pleon dumping a short pass to Petrie. Play moving through the neutral zone as Brantford intercepts Harlan's pass from the far wall. The centering pass looking for Ney, batted away by Stratford as Fitzpatrick picks it up inside his own line and now waits in behind the Brantford net. Diving across as Harlan looking to take away the pass. Puck throwing down deep inside the Stratford zone down the near wall. Jake Pleon picking it up, moving around Atkins, flips the puck around Palillo and down deep in behind the Brantford net. McKelvey turns around, his shot hitting the side of the net. The centering pass, Baker diving, looking to go up over top of a sprawling Marcus Del Conte. But the shot by Baker going 5 inches up over top of the Brantford net. Del Conte coming in at 2-7 on the year, of .454 goals against average. However, a shutout tonight, which would be his first on the year, would definitely help drop that .454 goals against average. Del Conte at a .887 save percentage on the year. Jordan Curry picking the puck up at the end line. The long feed across all 3 lines looking for Templeman. Templeman unable to handle the pass, and the play going for icing with inside of 10 minutes to play, third period. Leonard Zemenko taking the draw from the left circle, Stratford zone. Killens cutting it off, going down the boards for Templeman. Cut off by Zemenko. He passes over to Penwarden, and his shot goes wide of the net. Templeman right back to the attack through the neutral zone for the Cullitons. The drop pass for Heyman. His shot going wide out the near side. Killens moving the puck down deep in past the right circle. Curry top of the blue line, his shot, the deflection, Gross on the backhand deflection. Del Conte would have had no chance on the play. but the deflection by Gross moved out the far side, caught the wrong angle on his stick rather, the puck deflecting away from the net rather than towards it. Or I think that would have been the first Stratford goal. The shot by Sauter wide of the net, out the far side, stopped at the right side of the blue line by Jeff McArdle. Sauter turning around, going down to the end line near side. Taken away by J.J. Harlan up the half wall. Fitzpatrick leaving the puck for the other player defending. Leonard Zemenko back for the 99ers. Vandergunst, his flip pass, hit something in front, went straight back to the corner near side. Vandergunst and the Stratford center looking for the puck before Brantford leaves the zone. Cole Cummings giving chase down the near side, but the puck 6 inches off his stick for a whistle on the play. 7:37 to go, third period of play. The only scoring in this game coming in the second period. A first period goal by Stratford, by Stratford's Nathan Templeton, in fact ruled no goal. McKelvey's shot wide bounces out the far side. J.J. Harland with the first Brantford goal at 7:22 of the first. Mitch Atkins doubling the lead at 13:08 of the second period, and that's where we stand with 7:11 to go, third period of play. It's the Brantford 99ers 2 and the Stratford Cullitons no score. A win tonight in regulation would bring the 99ers to within 4 points of the Cullitons. The shot by Atkins wide of the net, picked off by Patrick McKelvey, now moving the other way in around Story, defending for the 99ers. Story cuts him off at the near side wall. Stratford taking it right back. Miller passed it back to Killens, or excuse me, Templeman on the right side, but his shot deflecting out of play on the far side. Face off beside the Brantford blue line. Brantford moving to 37 goals on the year with the 2 goals so far tonight. Still a low scoring game, but Brantford trying to get not only out of the basement, but out of the basement on the goals for department in the Midwestern Conference on the year, as the shot from Miller, handled by Del Conte, off to his far side on his right. Brett Heyman and Leonard Zemenko heading off to the penalty box. Although still 5 men aside on the ice, so perhaps a couple of misconducts as Trevor Sauter loses the draw to Harlan. Harlan drops it for the defender. The defender Alvestad falling down on the play. And Stratford to the penalty box as a result, as Marcus Del Conte had a brief second to skate back to his own bench on the delayed call. Mitch Vandergunst off for slashing. Bastian to take the draw, right circle opposite Sauter. Sauter wins it, chops it off to his left. Harlan manages to gather in possession for the 99ers. His shot from the near side off into the far corner. Harlan cross ice feed for Alvestad. Alvestad dumping it all the way around the board. Cut off by Bastian, and he crosses the feed all the way out the far side once again. Palillo cuts it off, half wall down below the left circle, turns around. Alvestad avoids the check of Sauter. Sauter losing his stick. Bastian dumping a bank pass off the far side board as the whistle goes. John Ney to take the draw. Trevor McDonald wins it and backhands it to the corner, picked off by Ferris, throws it around the near side half wall. Killen's able to keep it in, feeds the left winger, or the right winger, excuse me, just at the dot. That was Templeman. So a face-off from the same spot. McDonald tying it up with Cole Cummings. Cummings draws it through his skates and drops the puck back to the defender, Ferris. Ney moving through the neutral zone. Cummings around the net, moves out past the far side end line, drops it back to the point. Story looks back down the half wall. Killens on a 2-on-1. The lead pass cut off, and a nice job of breaking up the 2-on-1 by Ferris. The shot by Cummings, handled in the glove by Caldwell. My slight apologies, fans. I'm battling a slight cold this week. That's why I'm losing my voice a little bit, but I've still got enough juice left in me to complete the last 4:26 of this third period. Atkins losing the puck. Pleon onside, the wrist shot, and they score! Jake Pleon off the left side of the blue line hits the top corner on the far side. Marcus Del Conte, no chance on the play, and the Cullitons able to cut the Brantford lead in half. Dumped in, Brantford zone. Ferris drills his man into the end board out the far side. In behind the Brantford net is Dylan Wetlaufer looking for Trevor Sauter. A whistle on the play. Ferris to the box, so Stratford will look to tie the game up. Stratford winning the draw. Killen's left side tries to deflect it off Story's skate and feed the disc into Wetlaufer. Alvestad had it momentarily before Story able to pick off possession full time and send it flying down the ice to kill the first 20 seconds of the Stratford power play. Curry back through the neutral zone, shot in, bounces off the wall near side, and two Cullitons give chase down the near wall. Alvestad trying to clear for the 99ers. He's finally able to do so. Caldwell out to play the puck down past center, thrown out by Van Looyen inside his own blue line. Under 3 to go now, 1 minute to go in the penalty to Nathan Ferris. Centering pass below the end line to McKelvey. McKelvey looking for a center iceman on the play. McKelvey still out as Stratford makes a partial line change. The pass up to Heyman avoids his stick. Fitzpatrick beats him to the corner, 2:20 to go. 30 seconds to go on the Stratford power play. Crosses ice and the shot wide by Pleon. Pleon looking for his second goal off the far side to tie this game, but the net knocked off its mooring on the far side. Del Conte down on the play. And Stratford off for interference with 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to be exact. Brett Heyman to sit for 2 minutes for the Cullitons. Jake Pleon able to get the Cullitons back to within 1 at 15:27. Brantford with 2 second period goals. The 99ers looking for their 3rd home win on the season. Puck moved in deep, batted away, centering pass knocked away by David Story. Pleon to the corner, Ferris out of the box now, and Brantford now to the power play for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Sauter and Wetlauer fall at the side of the net. Possible 2-on-1 developing as a result. And Josh Miller with an excellent defensive stance to take it away from the 99ers. Pleon moving around Alvestad. The shot, the deflection by Wetlaufer into the corner as the Stratford goalie heads to the bench. 1:10 to play. Wetlaufer over the right side of the line. The shot into the near corner. The PA guy about to announce the last minute of play as Brantford clears it off the glass near board. The whistle going as Josh Miller slamming his stick to the near board in frustration. 55.6 to go. 3rd period of play. The Cullitons looking for the tying goal rather. The 99ers looking to wrap this one up and walk away with their 3rd home win on the year. A timeout called as the two teams discuss strategy on the play. The Cullitons looking to move to 3-5 on the road if they can tie this one up. But obviously if they went to overtime, each team would get a point, and that would affect the standings as well. The 99ers looking to go to 3-6 on the year. If the Cullitons drop tonight's game, they would of course move to 2-6 on the road on the GOJHL season rather. Sauter to take the draw beside the Brantford blue line. Bastian able to win it, draw it back to the defender, back inside the Brantford zone. Brantford able to clear. Killens over the right side. Curry stops it at the boards. Ties the puck up with teammate Killens. Brantford taking it away, throwing it into the midsection of Zemenko. The tip in by Trevor Sauter off the lead pass by Jeff McCardle, covered up by the upper body of Marcus Del Conte with 23.8 seconds to go. Sauter taking the draw from the right circle. Harlan leaving the face-off now in favor of Guy Polillo. Little bit of confusion. Bastian now taking the draw. Bastian tries to backhand it past Sauter, unable to do so. Scramble side of the net, but it ends up in behind the Brantford goal, banked off the glass by the 99ers, and an icing as the puck goes 5 inches wide of the empty net on the near post. 10.5 to go, face off deep in the Brantford zone. Trevor Sauter to take the draw. Opposite Bastian, Sauter ties up to the point, the shot by Curry out the far side from the half wall, turning around, Polillo trying to tie it up, Bastian tying it up at the end line, far side, the buzzer going, and the Brantford 99ers come away with a 2-1 victory as the team celebrates Marcus Del Conte with his stick high up in the air in celebration for the 99ers. So Jake Pleon with the only third period goal at 15:27 of the third, but the Brantford 99ers able to come away with the 2-1 victory here tonight on the Mitch Adkins goal at 13:08 of the second. Brantford's JJ Harland gets the opening goal at 7:22 of the first as Brantford raises their stick in celebration, saluting the fans at center ice. So tonight's final score was the Brantford 99ers 2 and the Stratford Cullitons 1. The 99ers moved to within 4 points of the Cullitons for that 8th place spot. For ArcPro HD in cooperation with Rogers Television, I'm John Molson. Please join us for our next broadcast Friday, November 1st, as the Stratford Cullitons host the Waterloo Siskins. We're here with Mitch Adkins, the scorer of tonight's game-winning goal versus the Stratford Cullitons in Brantford's 2-1 victory. Mitch, can you describe your success on that goal? Can you set up that play for us?
Well, puck came to Alvestad and he chipped it to Guy, and Guy had a shot, but he put a great pass right on my stick, and from then it was just a easy just pull around the goalie and just slide it in. But yeah, Guy made a great play on the goal.
Now, you'd struggled a bit during the season. This is now your third home win on the year. You've won on consecutive Thursdays. You're averaging a point a game this season. Can you describe some of your success throughout the year in regards to this season?
Yeah, well, I got to give a lot of credit to my line mates, Nathan and Guy. They're playing really hard, doing a lot of great things. We're all developing together, and yeah, they're making it easy. We're really getting some chemistry, and I'm glad to see it as a line. We're having some good success.
Okay, as we mentioned, you had struggled a bit this season. At one point, you had the 10-game losing streak. What are some of the things that the team needs to work on through the season to begin moving up in the standings?
Well, I think our work ethic as a group has been there from the start, but we're really buying into all our systems now, and it's coming along. We're growing as a team. Actually, like 15 games in the year, we're starting to have some experience under our belt, and as I said, the guys are really buying in and coming together as a group.
Mitch, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Once again, tonight's final score, the Brantford 99ers 2 and the Stratford Cullitons 1. Good night.